they're saying that a lot of our claims for federal payback is because we haven't been maintaining our roads like we should. It's deferred maintenance, basically. And so what they want us to do is start keeping road maintenance logs. And that's just basically little, you get somebody at your beat to kind of scratch down on a piece of paper what y'all done to the road, how much you put out, where and the date. And you can use this little sheet that Meme will come up with as a guideline. I'm gonna keep the notebooks for you, and I can come around maybe every 2 weeks or at the end of every month and just gather up the data that your person that you pick at your building to scratch that down for me. And I'll transfer it over to the notebooks and keep the notebooks for you. That way you don't have to worry about keeping up with it. But basically it's, if you do something to a road, a culvert, a bridge, anything like that that we can claim for category C, we gotta have some kind of record that shows we made an attempt to keep everything fixed. No pictures, don't have to do pictures. I fought very, very heavily on that. We don't have to do pictures. But we do have to have some type of maintenance log. If we don't, then just don't even expect to apply for it, because that's the new thing.
Would that be FEMA money
If we have a
road issues or other issues?
If we have a flood that comes through and drops 16 inches of rain, it cuts every culvert from your beat out and blows it down the river. Where I was used to able to just come out and take a picture of a bare hole being there and everything else and go about my business, if I don't have a maintenance log for them to look at and have some records in it, it may not even be a record of that particular spot yet. You may not have done it, because we're not going back and making up stuff about what we've done before. We're starting from, today to maybe forward. So we got to build up our logs. So we've still got a little play there, on existing stuff. But from now on, if we don't start keeping records, when they come in and say, I need to see maintenance log and notebooks, if we don't have it, they're just gonna deny it right there on the spot.
Would that like where you have a tornado come through and blowing trees all over and,
tornado debris is different. That'd be like cut and toss on emergency protection measures category B. We can still claim all that stuff and everything. But I'm talking about your culverts, your roads, and your bridges. Those are the main things. If we don't have maintenance logs on them.
Are you talking about like grading?
When you grade, just say I had two road miles of county road, blah, 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 graded on that day. And that's it. That's all I need. I put it in the notebook, we graded county road, blah, 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 this day, and move on. And nobody else, this is just a record that I'll keep. The information you give me will go in the notebooks, and only time it'll be used is when FEMA comes in.
What about, all these potholes we always fixing? Do you want something like that?
If whatever you want to keep a record of, put in that notebook.
Okay. But you don't want us to go back 3 months or 6
No,
months or like
no, sir. No, sir. I do not. I definitely do not.
Okay.
I don't want any kind of fabrication of record whatsoever. So we're gonna start from now and go on. We ain't gonna backtrack on that.
Okay.
Because I can tell them, I'll say, look, it wasn't until this year you told me I had to have those records, so we just now getting ours started. So.
Right, okay.
Does that mean they're gonna pay on some of these other disasters they ain't been paying on that? Or are we doing it for nothing if we don't hit that $1 million?
If the state does not hit the $4.5 million mark, we don't get to qualify for federal money. Calhoun County, $65,000 is all it takes right now for us to declare a disaster in Calhoun County.
But you gotta have 4 million.
But we gotta have 4 million for the state to go to the federal level and request federal declaration. And until that 4.5 million is met, we can't declare. Now we can partner up with other counties, and that's what we've done in the past. Since I've taken office, we have done 3 or 4 federally declared disasters. And we've gotten several $100,000 back. Now, they are changing and tightening down the purse strings
and Jody and all the engineers can verify on this, there's not a lot of money out there. There's more disasters than there is money to go around, and they're trying to tighten down the strings. If I don't jump through these hoops, there's nothing you can do to get the money back. So if I don't work hard and get all this little red tape and stuff like this done, then we don't get any money. But they keep making the hurdles, you know, more stringent and more harder to do.
Okay.
So it's taking more on my part to get it done. Also, I've got this comprehensive emergency management plan that I had to rewrite. Every 5 years, we have to do a complete rewrite on it. And this is not something that you have to really approve. This is something we have to have regardless. And I'm just notifying you that it has been rewritten, and we need to add it in the board minutes that this plan has been rewritten and it's up to date and current. This is your comprehensive emergency management plan. There's five other plans that I have to write. Hazard mitigation, continued continuity of operations, the comprehensive emergency. There's just a ton of them I have to do. So this is just one more in the thing that we have to do. But it's my job to let you know that this has been written. We need to add it to the minutes.
Got the motion here, second, to adopt this? All in favor?